Hi everybody, all my followers, welcome to another video. This video today is on a 2012 Vauxhall Astra with the 1.7 CDTI engine. Doesn't really matter for the problem. If you watch my videos, I don't know which one you're going to watch first, but there is a video for the for a problem with the driver side heated seat. At the start of that video, I mentioned a problem with the key, which I'm going to also show you now again, and that's what this video is going to be for. So the key, I'm going to show you, it does lock the car. So when I press the remote, let's kind of look at there. So I press the remote. Sorry, let me lock the car. It's the other way around. So I've locked the car on the button here. And now if I press unlock, it unlocks fine. But when I press the lock, nothing happens. So the first thing we're going to try to do here is establish if the problem is going to be my key or if it's going to be on the car. Now I could take it to the shed, to my workshop, sorry, and see if the key is transmitting. But first I want to see if the car is even seeing any data from this key. So what we're going to do, so I'm at the moment I'm on body control module, go on the live data, and we have here remote function actuator data. So if I press that, that's going to bring me to here. Now, as you can see, key fob 1, it says none. Key fob 2, the function is all doors unlocked. That's the last function the car received from key 2. From key 1 you received none. So I'm going to guess, because I've just pressed this button to unlock, I'm going to guess that my key fob is key number 2. So let's gonna just try that again. So let me it's not going to do it, does it? Because I can't. Damn it. So how I'm going to make that a change? Because I can't press the opposite, can I? Okay, hang on. Let me see if this car does have comfort access. So if I press the open and keep it pressed, it should open the windows. If it does, that data there is going to somehow change. Okay, so let's gonna press that. And there we go, look, comfort open. My windows are coming down. And now it says none after that. Okay, so it did see this button. So if I lock the key now, if I lock the car now again, and I press the unlock, that should change to unlock all doors, as it was before. There we go. So that tells me the car is seeing the data from this button just fine. When I press lock, the car doesn't see nothing. Look. So most likely the problem is going to be my key fob. Let's gonna take it to the workshop, and let's see if we can find out what the problem is. Okay, and here we are with the key. I just took the battery cover. I have my RF infrared detector, whatever you want to call it, and as you're gonna see when I press my unlock, so the RF blinks quite well. When I press the other one, nothing happens. So there we go. The problem is my key. Let's gonna finish to open the key and figure out what's wrong with it. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I think I was recording upside down. So the key's open. This is my PCB, and the remote, or sorry, the key or the button that doesn't work is the one on the right hand side. So that is the unlock. That is the lock, and the first thing I'm going to do is measure the button with the multimeter, check for resistance, see what's going on in there. Unfortunately, I left my phone stand somewhere else that I can't find it, but we're going to measure it and see what we have here. Okay, and what I'm going to show you is, or what we're going to try to establish is if the problem is the button itself, or if it's something else on the PCB. So when you look at this PCB close, let me see if I can get this done. Okay, so the button does work. The button that is good is the one on your right, and as you can see, when you look at the PCB, come on, just focus. Focus the PCB. Oh, come on. Anyway, so you might see this lane here that comes from this side of the button across that to this point here, and then I'm not going to be able to show you these guys. Just about. Okay, so as you can see now, I'm using the tracking to keep it focused. So that lane goes from there all the way to here, and the one from the other side comes all the way to there, just at the end of this NXP chip. So these 2 points are going to be my contact points. So when I press the button, I presume it's going to short these 2 points, and that's how the button does work. On the other side, focus, is these 2 points right at the end of the button. So is this point right here at the top, which comes from this point here, and the one right below at the end of my tweezers, which comes from this side. Okay, there's no other connections around the buttons anywhere, so it's going to be like that. That's going to be my 2 points of contact. Okay, and what I'm going to do first is I'm going to measure. I'm going to put the multimeter, I'm going to put the probes on these 2 points here, on these 2 points right here, press the button, look at the reading, do the same on this one, see, look at the readings and see if we find anything odd. If we do, then obviously we might going to establish that my buttons are, or my button is bad. So it's going to be a little bit tricky to show you both things at the same time. Perhaps I'll try. Okay, so on this side we have that point in there and that point, come on, that point in there. Okay, and now if I press my button, that probe just came out there, and we do have open line. When I press my button, look at that. So let me do it again. 2.1 ohms. Actually, it's going down. I think it's just a poor contact somewhere here, because it should go to short really. There we go, 0.1 ohms. Take it off, open line, press 0.1 ohms, take it off. So this is the working button. Now we're going to do the same on, let me have another look in here. And we're going to do the same on the button that is not working. So probes in place. So we do have, okay, you can't really see it guys, but the probes are in place, and you can read it's open line, and you press and look at that, nothing happens. Look at this line here. Okay, this is a more sensitive line. The way this line works on the multimeter is supposed to be, you know, the multimeters I have with the needle is really sensitive, will move with a really small change, will move. So that is basically simulating the line, and look when I press, can you see, look, even just moving the probes, but look when I press, I'm gonna let it stabilize. Look, starts, look, but nothing really happens. It just flickers a little bit in there, but doesn't really make any change. So I don't know if you can hear me pressing. So the button is bad. That's no doubts about it. I'm just gonna probe these at actually button pads rather than it. I mean, visually it doesn't look like the it doesn't look like the lanes between the button pads and these points are bad, but just check. So we just did, and it looks like we have a bad button. So let's gonna try to see what I can do, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to open something like this to clean. Most likely it's just dirty inside. I'll have to go through my old fobs, see if I have a button like this, or maybe open this one. I don't know yet. Just stay tuned and we'll see what we're gonna do next. And look at that, I've opened the button. Okay, so we have 2 of these plates, but look, I don't know how good the phone is gonna focus. Look at the one that was actually making contact. Can you see the inside? Slightly burned. I don't know if you can see it. Right in the middle. The way it works is you have this plate here in the center, and you have 2 contacts on the sides. Okay, and that connects this plate is connected to the middle. This plate, or this pad, is connected to the middle. Then this one is connected to here, and this one is connected to here. So when you press, you short this with this and with this, obviously, and that's just gonna close the loop. But can you see how burned it is? So we're gonna clean it, put it all back, and I can pretty much guarantee you we're gonna have a working remote. Okay, and it's done. You're gonna see that I had to melt these corners, as you can see on your left hand side, left hand side button. Those little plastic corners, they are kind of angled, holding that plate that in turns hold the black button. So on this side, because I forced it out, you won't hold that sort of frame anymore. So I had to melt those little corners a little bit, push them in a little bit to hold everything in place, but is fine. Absolutely, look, absolutely fine. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take another measurement just before. Let me see if I can do this and show you the camera. So let's gonna measure this button again. So the other one we know is good, so we're gonna measure the button on the right. So it's measuring 9.13 mega ohms. So let's gonna press, and that should bring me down to close to 0 ohms, yeah? And look at that. Press, bingo. There we go. Now, if I put this back on, let me see. So now, if I put these back in here, come on. There's a hole in there. I'm going, okay, and you go there. Now you turn. Press that here. Press the key. Oh yeah, lovely. Okay, now let's gonna put the battery, and oh come on, and before I put the cover, that's gonna test it. Okay, it's gonna turn it on. So open, lovely, close. There we go. Look at that. That's gonna test it on the car, but should be all good. Okay, and it's not that we're really gonna need the Maxis anymore, but because obviously you've seen the remote is working now, let's just gonna test it. So look, let's gonna see if it works. And look at that. Open, close, open, close, and as you can see now, my key function 2, or my key fob 2 function, it says lock. So when I do unlock, it says all doors unlock. When I do lock, it says lock. If I keep pressing the unlock button, that changes to comfort open. If I believe there is a comfort close, so let's gonna press and hold, lock, comfort close. There we go. and then it says none. Apparently is why it does. After that it says none. But yeah, so it is working just fine. Once again, good. That's just gonna make sure my engine still starts, which it does. So everything's good. So guys, that was the video for this problem, and I think that's it really. Job done, guys. I really hope there's some info on this video. You guys can you know, make some use of it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do have any questions, any comments, you know, put them below. And like always, thanks for watching.